Title belts to Hall of Fame. Doug and Tommy carved the name. Fists of fury and hearts of gold. Every story, every fight retold. Tales of glory, laughter, cry. Tennessee warriors with hearts open wide. In the ring or on the air, legends living without a care. On the mic they roar, on the mat they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting more. Podcast kings ruling the waves. Memphis wrestling raising the stage.
Hey everybody, welcome back once again to Dangerous Conversations with Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Guys, how's it going this week?
Man, it's going great, Gene. I'm sure it's going good with Tommy too, but man, everything's going great. And it's finally warming up here in Tennessee. It's 88 degrees today, and it's really nice, a little humid, but really nice. Tommy, how is it down there, the weather?
The weather is cloudy and rain. My day started out good. I cleaned out Terry's mom's garage. We went up there and I did a little constructive stuff for her. So it was good, but then we hit that rain coming home and it sucked, man.
That happens.
Yes, it does.
It sure does. And listen, we'll go over this one time, Gene, which you can go over, can't you? Our dates. You've got them to remember by now, right?
I wouldn't count on me to remember anything right now.
I
you got them in front of you.
Well,
I see you looking down. So.
Me and Tommy got to go over this. Now, June the 6th, Shawneetown, Illinois. They've been a little changed. Tommy has talked me out of something. And he says he's going to finish the job that he started. Right, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
And you can go over it with Gene. What happened last year? See, Gene, I didn't know this till Tommy told me all about it.
Yeah, I was in that same town last year, and we had a street fight match. Fought outside the building, out in the street. So logically, good Dougie picked payday up, but it made more sense me coming back. But anyway, I called Dougie and told him the situation, and he rebutted and told me that as long as it was okay with them, it's okay with him.
I told him I need to make some money, Gene.
Yeah, you hurting over there. Hard time. There's hard times over there.
I like that. I like
You hurt. Well, thank you, Gene. But anyway.
No, I remember that. Now that you mentioned it, I remember us talking about that street fight this time last year, Tommy.
Yeah. Shawneetown, that's where it happened.
And what'd you say, Tommy? Y'all fought out in the street?
Yeah, right. It was in the fire station.
In the fire station?
Yeah, they pulled the trucks out and set ring up in it. And anyway, we fought out them garage doors out in the street, back in the street. Back up the building, back in the other side of the street. But anyway, yeah, that's what it was. And I talked to the fire chief and Herb Simmons, and they said, well, it's okay.
Well, they said they wanted a street fight, and you gave them one.
I guess.
You ain't kidding. I was going to be in a cage, and that would have probably done it. But Tommy's going to take care of him in that cage.
Tommy said, "Wait a minute, this is a cage." Tommy said, "Wait, this is a cage match." I didn't know about all that. Like,
well, I think Dougie about talked himself out of it anyway. But I sure appreciate it because I'm like you. I need to make that money.
I got you. I do too, Tommy.
Hey.
Well.
Yeah.
How did your thing go?
My thing go?
No. Gee, wasn't his thing this weekend?
No, it's June 6th. As a matter of fact, as you will be fighting in a cage match, I will be in Jackson. So,
Well, if you got a heckler out there, you know who it is.
That's true. That's true.
But
Yep.
anyway, no, Gene, we're doing good. And hey, man, like me and Tom have always said on Facebook, Dangerous Doug Gilbert. You can get to me on X, Real Doug Gilbert, on Instagram, Real Doug Gilbert. And if you haven't got Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the Uncrowned King of Professional Wrestling, Amazon, you can get it every day. And I'm going to make Tommy read it.
Hey, and if anybody wants to book me, just tell them to call on Dougie's work phone.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, now you said he's going to make Tommy read it. You know, people keep asking, or they have me. I'm sure they've asked you too, Doug. People keep asking if there's going to be an audio book. I want Tommy to read that so we can record it, and the audio book be Tommy reading this book, because I think that would be fun.
Oh, that would be cool if Tommy would do it.
I'm sure for the
book
right
I ever
price.
read was a comic book.
Well, you think it's kind of a comic book because it's about our lives and you're in it. So
There's some funny stuff in there.
oh yeah,
There
there is. But I mean, there's some serious stuff also, and
Yeah.
and everything. But anyway, I mean, and like I said, I was plugging my stuff. Tommy, you know, you can get to Tommy on Tommy Wildfire Rich. That's your Facebook, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
And everything. But anyway, if you want me and Tommy, the Memphis Mafia, to come to any event, we would sure do it and everything. And we're taking bookings and appearances and everything that you can do. Tommy said parties and everything else. So Gene, and they can holler at Gene, and Gene can get with us, or you can get with me and Tommy, and we'll get things took care of.
Hey, and the 12th and 13th, I'm up there for Wildfire Championship Wrestling of June. 6th and 7th for Herb Simmons, and then 12th and 13th for Richie Rich in Sawyerville, Kentucky. First time ever they had wrestling, and I can't think of the 13th. But anyway, I'm up there for 2 days, and but I hope everybody's having a good day. Mine was really good early, but we come home in that rain, it got bad. I was kind of scared.
And like I said, June the 6th, Tommy will be in Shawneetown, Illinois. He talked me out of going, so he's going to take care of business. And if he I
wanted to do that on the show. I wanted to thank you so much. I mean, this thing been building for a year. He's been running and hiding and all that stuff. And I mean, I was glad you was gonna whoop him for me, but I'd like to do it myself. Anyway, I talked to Doug about it and talked to the fire chief there in Shawneetown and Herb Simmons, and we got it all worked out. So Tommy Wildfire Rich will be wrestling at Telecon there in Shawneetown at the firehouse. And ladies and gentlemen, get ready. If you saw that street fight last year, you ain't seen nothing yet. So if you missed that one, be sure you come out to see this one, because we're gonna finish it.
And then,
that's how you guys do it in Memphis Mafia. If Doug don't get you, Tommy will, or vice versa. But one of these guys is going to get their hands on you.
And if Tommy don't take care of that Attila right there, you know what, Tommy? There's going to be a place me and you're going to be at in November, and we might see if he would want to come there. But I'm sure after you take care of him up there in Illinois, he won't want to come to Tennessee. Do you think?
Ooh, I don't think he won't come down no Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't think he won't no part of them country folk.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and then Sunday I'm gonna get to go to the races. I mean, for Herb on the 7th, I'll be at the racetrack there. They're having 2 wrestling shows in between, so I'm gonna get to do that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping they're gonna let me make the first lap around the track.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will with your license.
Hey.
and we'll see here.
Oh, and then Gene. Hey, Gene's got a big engagement. 6 on the 6th and 7th, or just the 6th, Gene, or
just
what
the
is
6th. They won't have me back the 7th once they hear me on the 6th, but I'll be there on.
I was just thinking to say, I hope you left that date open because I'm getting as good as you tell me you are. You ought to be good.
Oh, I don't go telling that now. I ain't said that.
and like I said, June the 6th, we got Tommy in Shawneetown. He wanted to do it, so I let him take my place and everything. And then July the 7th, Ashland City, Tennessee. August the 7th, Ripley, Tennessee. The Memphis Mafia will be there. Myself, Tommy, Wildfire, Rich. August the 8th, Paragould, Arkansas at the Horror Con, right, Tommy? Ain't that what it's called?
The Horror Fest or Horror Con, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, we have that. And hey, we're going to be down there. We're going to be public enemy #1, baby. The Memphis Mafia is back.
You ain't kidding. And then the 29th of August, the Sid Vicious Memorial. We're getting all that's getting put together right now, and that's going to be a real cool deal. And then 9:30, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Myself and the King will be there doing some signing at the fair. And then 10:31, Pulaski. First time I'll be doing the Freddie picture taking episodes.
If you think Doug Gilbert was scary as dangerous Doug Gilbert, wait till you see him in that Freddy Cougar outfit. He already scares me like he is. But when he gets in that outfit, I seen him over in Japan, them Japanese folks. I mean, old and young. They were spreading like the Red Sea to get out of his way. Yeah. Usually they'll get up there and challenge you a little bit. Shoot, they partied when he come through there. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to get the daylight scared out of you, y'all be sure to get that one.
My wife's a big horror fan. We're going to try to make it up there for that one. So I'll let you know how it turns out, Tommy.
You ought to get Doug to come over to your house and come in during the night and scare both of you.
Hey, me and Tommy are in that. Me and Tommy are in the area. We could do that, couldn't we, Tommy?
Yes, sir. I do.
We could Tommy a leather face mask. And...
There you go.
He's pretty scary too. I'd be one after you. Yeah, I'd cut you at chainsaw.
Gene, you need to get your wife to come to. She's a big horror person. Come to that Paragould show.
Yeah, we might do that. Paragould's a pretty good haul from here, but you never know. It's a lot easier to sell her on a horror convention than a wrestling convention these days. So this might be a possibility.
Trick her to be some of both.
Well, you gotta wait. You gotta wait though, Gene. You gotta look at your dates because now that Neil he'll have you booked.
That's true. That's true. EPW is twice a month doing TV now, it seems like. So yeah, I'm pretty busy going over there. But
I was going to say, I thought you were supposed to talk to Neil. Me and Tommy were supposed to be coming back down there and raise Cane.
You ain't a very good agent.
Yeah.
See, I just now found I didn't know I was supposed to be an agent. I thought I was just the podcast host.
No, you showed up and clicked the button.
Okay, well I'll start actively. I haven't really got y'all much since we did that Philadelphia thing, haven't we? I gotta get on the phone and start making some calls.
Well, I understand that.
I've been meaning to say this for a while. What's that?
I said I understand that because your foot's been bad ever since you walked.
That's right. I don't want to get this book too far off. I don't want anywhere I'm going to walk a long way. That didn't go well.
Gene, is your foot well from that?
It is finally healed up. Yeah, I had to get a job working from home so I could just sit all the time, but it's finally healed up now. So
yeah, because you was crying about having to do that walk through Birmingham. Where'd you fly into?
Oh, when I went to Washington, I walked all over Washington D.C. But yeah, luckily I flew out of Birmingham and not Atlanta. Good Lord.
Well, I was going to say, you said the Birmingham airport. It was good though, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all. I don't know if y'all have ever flown out of there much, but it's a quarter of the size of Atlanta.
I've flown out there one time, Gene. Tommy, have you ever flown out there? I'm sure you have.
I think I picked somebody up at the airport, but I don't even think I ever flew out of there.
I flew out there one time of all things, Gene. My dad was booking Kansas City, and my brother was booking Continental, and myself and him and Dutch Mantell, we flew out there to do a big show at Kansas City and everything. That's the one time I flew out there.
There was a little bit of a dust up over that, wasn't it? Wasn't that a controversy?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Always
thinking
does stuff,
so.
Gene. Hey, anything to do with Eddie and Tommy and myself is usually a dust up.
From
right.
one of us anyway.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
I want to say real quick before we get going, folks, if you check out the Dangerous Conversations Facebook, or if you check out Doug's Facebook, man, I seen those new shirts that you've got up there through that company. Man, those are some good looking shirts. Everybody needs to check those out.
That's what I was actually going to plug that, Gene. It's Fighters First. And that's what you're talking about, right? Fighters First, man.
Yeah, the Fighters First.
They're really top notch and everything. And man, I appreciate everything that they do for us and everything. And Tommy, I want to get you on those if you want to, but you told me before you didn't. You had your own deal in Kentucky or something. But man, they're really cool. They make really nice stuff, and I mean it's quality and it's the thin that everybody likes to wear these days, and everything. It's really nice.
Well, I might get you to hook me up then.
Well, all I got to do, they just started doing wrestlers. They do, did MMA stuff, and they just started doing wrestling stuff, but they're really nice, right, Gene?
They are. I was looking at them the other night. I'm going to have to order me a couple of those. There's a sharp looking shirt of Eddie, then one of you, and then one of all three of you. And then there's even a Dark Patriot shirt, and I know Tommy's going to want him a Dark Patriot shirt to wear around.
Hey, what about the one that says Memphis Mafia on it, Gene? That's got hot stuff, dangerous, wildfire, nature boy, 2-6.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
That one. We got to get a picture of that and put it up on the. I know there's a link to the page on there, but a picture of that one specifically, and then show them the link and get people to go check that out.
You
put it. I don't know where it's. I've got a Dark Patriot mask here that I found the other day. I was going to show you, but
and one more thing, Gene, you'll be tickled to death about this. I broke. It's been a long time since I even thought about it, but I got my computer out, and I'm gonna have to get Terry to show me how to type on it. But I'm gonna start trying to write me a book.
There you go. I'll help you out with that however you need me to, man.
Well, that's the reason I'm letting you know up front.
All right.
Because Dougie told me you're really good at it.
I do all right, I guess.
See, like me,
I try.
Like me, see, if I ain't got wrestling, I ain't got nothing to fall back on. But if you can't do comedy, you can always fall back on your writing. See, so you got it going on.
Tommy's pretty funny, Doug. We're going to have to get him up on stage one of these days and go tell some. A lot of these other wrestlers have done that,
Oh yeah.
Mick Foley can do it. Tommy sure can do it. So.
Oh yeah, I think me and Tommy could tell some good stories.
I eventually, the goal I have for this show, all kidding aside, is I would like for us to be able at one of these conventions somewhere to do a live show where we can have an audience there and you guys tell stories and people in the crowd can ask questions, directly and things like that. I think that would, I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. You could do your stand-up comedy act.
Yeah.
And you talk about Mick Foley. I heard part of it, and it was good for a minute. But he went for about an hour and a half. I think he started making lies up. You ain't got that many funny stories.
Yeah, it's not a lie when a wrestler does it. It's a work, Tommy. So it's okay.
Who says this? Who says this, Jen? You're good. They were sold out to the rafters, baby.
Oh, you've been listening to Ricky.
Harry Lynn said Ricky Morton.
No doubt about it. Speaking of questions, we've had some come in, so I thought, hey man, we'll go ahead and do another Q&A show. We'll do these every week if y'all keep the questions coming in, because we know that's what you want to hear.
Hey Gene, have we started? They can't see us, right? They just hear us. No. Okay, well next week let's start where they can see us.
Yeah, we can do that.
Tommy,
we can do that, and I found another. We can put it on YouTube, but I found another place to stream to. We're starting to experiment with, and we might be able to do some bigger things that we've discussed in the past with that, as far as some special shows that we can do in the future, and we'll talk more about that with everybody. But yeah, starting next week, we can start putting out a video.
Okay? Does that sound okay with you, Tommy?
On the days I can dress up good, but I might have to be black a couple of times.
Well, That might be controversial, but
Yeah. No, I meant blacked out. What I meant.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, Tommy, you can't do that. These
Reggie
days.
Fine will be calling you now.
You ain't kidding. Which I mean, he's so dark right now. Genie's about black.
He is. I mean, I thought he was starting to do a Native American gimmick here.
Well, I am part
back.
Indian. I
Are
am.
you?
I'm part Indian. I come from Bigfoot tribe.
Well, they told me you come from Slaphole tribe.
Yeah, some of that too.
Oh man! All right. Well, let's get going here before we offend any other groups. I don't know if we need video or not. We'll talk about it more.
Well,
No,
at least the video would show that we're telling the truth about Tommy. He looks like a Hispanic.
Yeah, and they can see he's been wearing these fun shirts that he's been grabbing off of. Well, we won't give him a plug because they're not a sponsor or anything. But he's been, he's had some pretty funny shirts that he's worn.
Well,
I'd
I'm
like
part
people to
owner in
see.
them now.
You should be. You've invested.
Yeah,
You've invested quite a bit.
Gets a package every day.
Yeah. Well, it's makes it exciting to go to the mailbox. It's, when there's something besides bills coming, I know that feeling.
I know you done ordered one of them outfits I was telling you about for your wife, didn't you?
That all red. That's what I'm waiting for. Now we got the video. Doug, he told us he's going to get that red suit he's wearing on that picture.
That's
And if
right.
you guys aren't following Tommy on Facebook and the Dangerous Conversations page, this man is cranking out some nice flyers. Like, you hear these dates, but like, he's making flyers for these shows, and he's got me beat. He's doing a lot better stuff than I'm doing over here, Doug. You've seen him.
Well, he's got to start making me some too. He just makes himself some. He can't just make himself some. He's got to help me and you out. He's got to get you one for that
For that comedy show.
for the comedy show.
Don't put me on
that's my
stage wearing
next
that
one.
same outfit that you're wearing.
I'm going to do, hey, Dougie, I'm going to do a before and after. I'm going to do one before he does the show to plug him. Then I'm going to give a review on how it was after.
Well, there you go.
I'll
That'll
get the
work.
guy that owns it to film it for me.
There you go.
All
I
right.
know-
Well, we better
I know
get to
guys
some
that-
questions here.
Hey, I know a guy that'll be there that can probably film it for you.
Good
Uh-oh.
deal. Yeah, I don't want him to know we filmed it, so we'll get the real deal.
Get the yeah. Well, that can be part of the first video show. We can have a clip of my comedy on stage, or lack thereof, if it so happens
Yeah.
to be.
That'd be cool.
So Frankie Larson has asked, Tommy, what was it like for you back in the 80s to be on the cover of so many different magazines every month? And did your family collect them at the time?
It was like being on the cover of the Rolling Stone, baby. No, it was cool. Bill Apter, man, he loved, I think I was number 3 on the all-time list of being on the front covers for Bill Apter. And, Bill's cool, man. He's, I hope you're a little funnier than him. He's a good person, but he can't tell no jokes.
I was just about to say, speaking of comedians, Bill Apter.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. That's
Bless his heart, he got up there telling them comedy things. Half the people started leaving. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Bill. I'm just kidding. He watches the show.
I've heard.
Yeah.
He listens, but pretty soon he can start watching too. So that'll be good.
Well, I meant listen.
I know. I'm just playing on the whole video theme here. We're trying to pump that up, get people excited to see the video. If how many people have to watch this before you'll bleed on the podcast, Tommy? Because you're kind of famous for getting busted open. We might get Miss Terry to crack a bottle over your head or something if we get like 1,000 viewers or something. Are you down for?
Well, I might let her do that.
Okay. All right.
We get 1,000 viewers, and they all send you. Well, they better send it to Doug. Send us $1. Not saying it's 1 for me and then 2 for you or something. That's some Nick Gula stuff. I know you don't.
Like, Tommy, they only sent me 50 cents a piece. You ain't gonna believe
There
it.
you go. But but the 80s, being on the magazines was cool, but the 80s was really a cool time anyway. Just like today, just all the craziness and stuff going on in this world. There wasn't no crazy stuff. Everybody was groovy and happy and footloose, fancy free. I don't remember all the hate going on, in the 80s like it is now. I mean, people just, instead of looking for good, they look for the bad, So, I mean, the 80s was really cool for me, man.
Yeah, it was a better time, no doubt about it. Eddie Phillips asks this question. This is for both of y'all. He says, has there been a match or an angle in the past 30 years since Eddie's passing that when you saw it or heard about it, you thought, man, Eddie would have really liked that?
Well, there's probably been a lot, but as far as like angles, as far as like on TV, that would have been done. You remember when Eddie did come up with he was working with Lawler and did the This Is Your Life angle?
Yes.
I remember had Frazier, my dad, maybe it was Jerry Bryant. There was like 5 or 6 guys, but
he had the voice of he had an audio tape of his old partner.
Yeah, Jim White.
Jim White,
which was Jerry Jarrett that done the voice.
That's what I was hoping he's going to tell.
and everything. But anyway, they redid that angle in WWE. Remember the Rock and wasn't it or who
Foley?
Was the Rock?
Mankind. Mick Foley.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean that to me that would have been he would like that as far as he was the first one that ever come up with that and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he would have really liked that, and him and Mick was tight, and I think Mick got his break from working with my brother actually in the early 90s up in the East Coast and everything, and they worked for Joel Goodhart, and man, everybody always talked about all their matches up there, and like I told you one time, I went up there and climbed the cage and got in the cage, and then me and Eddie was on Foley, and then Bam Bam Bigelow come down there and rip the door off the cage and come in and everything, and then we're supposed to come back in the tag match, me and Eddie against Mick and Bigelow, and then I wound up missing my flight out of I didn't miss it, actually got canceled from I was out in I think it was New Mexico with my dad and everything, and that was cool and everything. But he would really, I think he would have liked that because, he done it. He was the first one to come up with it and done it. And there's been a lot of other things. And what did you say? And also match-wise or something?
Yeah, like a particular match or something.
Well, I think they tried to copy, like, they done that in WWE. Then they tried to copy what him and Mick did, up north with all the, you would have never thought they were, when they was dumping thumbtacks in the ring and, in WWE, who would ever thought you would have saw that?
Yeah.
And
I mean, Foley said in his book that those matches with Eddie was what got them the attention that got him on the radar of,
I mean, I think Eddie, he was so creative and had such a good mind for the business. I think he's one of the guys that, as far as Booker wise, that would have made it in today's world because he was so creative. I mean, and I mean, they do personal stuff now, but it's just, it's, some of it's just way out there. And I think Eddie would have controlled it better. I mean, Eddie, he did, and he loved the pressure of having to change it or going another way, or I mean, Eddie was cool with it.
Yeah, but the only thing, Tommy, I agree with you, but the only thing I think he couldn't have took was, in his mind, there was going to be one booker. I don't know if he could have ever been on a committee after he was on that committee with Flair and them.
Yeah, he didn't like it too much.
Flair didn't have a clue and never has about booking nothing. I mean, I don't mean to sound harsh or nothing, but he never has had a clue about booking and everything. And some of the other guys on it actually didn't either. I mean, Jim Ross is not a booker. I mean, if somebody tells you he is, they're lying to you. And
Jim Hurt sold pizzas.
Exactly. And everything. But that book committee, that was kind of a disaster. But the only thing, like when Flair was off, when Eddie was the one to come up with the angle for the Funk versus Flair, right? And the pile driver and all that. And when Flair was off in Hawaii, Eddie was the only one out of the book committee that comes to the office every day and everything. So he basically run things, but Flair got hot because they spray painted a yellow thing down a guy's back and said it was going to be him, and he called. But I mean, that was heat. You know what? That's what I don't understand about it.
And Eddie was good because he take more care of the boys. Where I can't even imagine having to book by committee, because I can't imagine 8 egos, wanting to all be business. They all gonna see whether you right as rain. They gonna see it another way. And that committee they had, oh yeah. I know he didn't enjoy that very much, because he brought me in. That's when Mr. Hurd had our talk. Yeah. So anyway, he went to bat for me. I mean, but and there again, I mean, he just was so creative. I think as far as the times, I mean, it's like shit. I couldn't do what they, I'm stuck at that ground and pound stuff. I ain't much of an acrobat. You know what I'm saying? So like the wrestling's changed. That's changed a bunch too. I'm sure the booking end of it. And that booking by committee, well, it didn't work, in Atlanta too good. So, I mean, he probably would have had a hard time with that, but he wouldn't mind everybody not saying nothing. But even if they let him have the idea, one of them would probably say it was theirs, or they thought of it, or you know what I'm saying? I mean, because Eddie was, he just was there for the business.
And I remember, Gene, the first night that Eddie got Tommy back in with WCW, it was Augusta, wasn't it, Tommy? Where we went to. It was Augusta, and when Tommy went out to the ring, when they played his music and he started out to the ring, and the people was popping, Eddie said, I told them that this would work. I told them that this would work. That's what he said to me, and that Tommy would be good and everything. Because, see, he had some of them saying, no, that it's not going to be, Tommy won't work these days. He won't get over, but he did get over. So, see, Eddie proved him wrong. And one thing they don't want to be is proved wrong.
Right. They would rather him not get over and not make them any money than to be wrong, is what's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. A fun little additional question that Eddie Phillips threw into that. He said, has there been any movies or TV shows that stand out that you think he would really have enjoyed?
You know what? I think there has. I think he would have really enjoyed Yellowstone. I think that was he liked Westerns and stuff and like that. I think he would like that. But there's been a whole lot I think he would have liked. But you can ask Tommy. I mean, he loved John Wayne. He loved Westerns. He loved
he'd like that 1883 too, man.
Doc Holliday, Tombstone was his.
Oh yeah,
that was the best and everything. But I mean, all that. But I think he'd like Yellowstone, which I feel you and Tommy can see. I got on a Yellowstone hat when I think about that question.
Marshall Williams asks, Doug, what is your favorite memory of Brian Christopher?
Man, there's so many, Gene, and everything, but some of the favorite memories are the road trips that we had. You talking about having fun, and I've told you, I think, about us throwing stuff at other people like us in cars and us meeting the boys, and we'd always have Jell-O and eggs and just everything. You wouldn't believe the stuff that we'd have in the car just traveling and everything. And, nobody would have eggs in the car just traveling with them. We'd buy a couple dozen eggs and Brian would have Jell-O like to eat, but he would never eat it all. We'd throw Jell-O out and on people's windshields and all that. But like the road trips, man, it was so fun. And the staying in Louisville and all the different towns we stayed in up north and everything, man, we'd have a good times there. And basically there for about a year and a half, we wrestled each other every night. I mean, and man, it was so, he was one of my best friends. And I mean, we had each other's back. And if anybody, tried to do anything, I mean, because people jumped on me, as a heel, like when I'd be out wrestling him, he'd take care of me and I'd take care of him and everything. But man, Brown, like I said, he's one of my partners.
Next question, which is kind of goes along with that because, your favorite memory of Brian is traveling with him. Well, this is Marty Confetti, who's he sent us in quite a few questions on these different ones over the time we've done them. He asks, who was the worst wrestler to travel with back in the day and why? And what's your worst travel story?
Tommy, you want to start on that?
Dang, I don't know if I had a worse one because we didn't let him ride with us if we thought it was going to be a bad trip. Yeah.
But you had a good one about Piper recently, which was a pretty bad trip. But I mean, it wasn't really about him. It was just circumstances.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Gave you a story to tell.
Yeah, give us a story to tell. And shoot, nobody got hurt. They got met some cool people. You know, I mean, but it's, I mean, like, just sometimes, like if you had to take somebody, you know, I really don't have nobody because we just didn't go. I mean, you always, like me and Dougie was together. I mean, it was us and it's somebody we knew. I mean, now Buddy Landale, now he could get a little push. I mean, you know, but you would not want to ride with him. You just know Buddy, you know. I mean, that's why we all hung together because we knew each other so good. But he'd be, and of course, Jamie Dundee, we traveled with him a couple of times. He wasn't no picnic either. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter how loud you're talking, he gonna talk the loudest. So, you know, but you know, other than that, I mean, really, it wasn't bad. I mean, shoot, I carried Andre the Giant. And everybody talking about he'd tear your car up. Shoot, he stopped and bought me a case of beer, bought him a case of quarts. Shoot, I learned how big his hand was. I had that 7 ounce in my hand. He had that quart in his. And, of course, he couldn't get under my skin because he couldn't talk too much English. And then him and French would be talking in French. So I couldn't get mad about that. So that was a cool trip. You know, I love Giant anyway. But, yeah, I mean, you know, as a whole, I mean, you know, I mean, everybody had their little groups they traveled with anyway. You know, some of the older guys had their buddies, you know. Everybody had somebody they traveled with, you know.
And for me, Gene, you're fixing to laugh. I was trying to think back who, but like Tommy said, you know, you didn't travel. I mean, if you didn't like who you was traveling with one time, it was it for us, and then we wouldn't do it again.
Right.
Unless it's just somebody like Jamie, like Tommy said, and he was funny, so. You know, to me, it was funny. It was Tommy get on and get him calmed down too. But we'd have a good time. But Tommy was like, you got to realize Tommy was like Jamie and Wolfie's daddy. I mean, they would listen to him. Now Tommy's right. Jamie's loud and maybe drank a little too much at times, but he listened to Tommy and he respected Tommy, and Wolfie did too. So that's cool.
Of course, Wolfie didn't like me much when I scolded him.
Well, no, he didn't like that. I'd have to get you to stop doing that. But anyway,
but you know who? Now that I think about it, the worst one I ever traveled with was Terry Lynn.
Say she was worse one. She get on you.
Yeah. She went outside. That's the reason I said that.
I figured she was standing there. You just messing with her. But now, you know what, Gene? I was trying to think of who the worst ones that I would have traveled with, and you know, I come think back about it, and when I started, you know, I went to work for Watts, right? Well, down there they had some referees, and I traveled with them every once in a while, and it wasn't that they was bad people or anything, but their slang was so much I couldn't really understand. You know, I mean, I'm talking about that deep Louisiana Cajun accent. Right. I mean, it wasn't that they was bad people or anything, but when you ride with people and you was going 400 and 500 miles, you know, at a time, I mean, crazy miles a week, you know, and when you're riding with them and you can't understand them, that just kind of, I mean, I'm not saying they was bad people, but you ain't got no conversation to have.
Now I'll tell you somebody that I like, that I traveled with, but his ways got to me a little bit. Tracy Smothers, man. You was talking about taking the eggs and throwing them. Tracy'd boil him a dozen, have them in the car, and they'd be smelling like egg, or he had his little jug he used bad. I said, brother, I don't know why you use that jug for, because when I got to go, we're going to stop at the gas station. Yeah, Tracy just had some weird ways, but, you know, Tracy was cool.
You had to carry my shirt for a couple of years, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, there's so many, Jim. Like I said, that me being young, straight out of high school, and going down there, and like I said, it was almost like you was trying to talk to somebody overseas or something, like, when you couldn't understand and everything. And I'm 18 years old, and I'm trying to carry on a conversation, and I can't understand what somebody's saying. It was, like I said, it wasn't because there was bad people or anything. It was just.
And if you hadn't been around Cajun folks, like, it's not just like a northern, like people who have like a northern accent where they sound a little different. Like, they got kind of almost like a whole different language to some degree. Like, they could have a conversation in front of you and you not know what they're talking about pretty easily.
And I mean, me being 18 years old, just a kid, but anyway,
if you didn't know their language, you think they was talking that Carney talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
what they saying about me? What they say?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I thought, what are these guys saying? And I can't understand. Boy, you talking about ready when I got to the dressing room, got around some of the other boys. You talking about ready to talk then.
Bubba Long asked, who is somebody that no matter how much you tried to teach them, just never got the business?
Well, I'll tell you who my brother tried to help, and the guy made a ton of money, but he never learned to work. It would have been Jim Hell with the Ultimate Warrior. That would have been when Eddie was training him and Sting and UWF. They'd go, I've told you before, Gene, they'd go to the building for 2 or 3 hours before they'd let anybody in, and Eddie would work out with them and everything. And, that was the reason he went to Dallas, because he quit after about 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's crazy that him and Sting started together, and Sting like grasped. I mean, he had Jim Hellwig had his success and everything, but Sting grasped the business in a completely different way, and like, I don't know, he seemed to really take to all the things Eddie taught him. I would think the way.
That was my point, and I was trying to think, Tommy, who would you?
Well, Eddie would be appalled if he had to teach some of these and go to some of these independent shows today. I'm just telling you. He'd have run a train Jumping John Gillum than any of these ones. Yeah.
Hey,
Jumping John, at least he'd try to listen to you.
Hey, John could work. He could work better than a lot of these guys.
That's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, but, it's, I don't know. I'd never that's a hard job too. I'm more that wrestler guy. And then like today, I don't think they even care. Used to now if I have somebody come up respectful or whatever and say, well, you watch my match, but I don't mind doing that. But 9 times out of 10, they ain't none of them gonna say that to you anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. And then sometimes the ones that do, you bite your tongue and just say a good match, just so you'd have to go. So I'd be like me hurting Wolfie's feelings. You just have to, back when we started, man, shoot, from your first match to your last match, it was all could be semi-main event matches. Because everybody knew what they was doing and worked hard at it, because it's hard to get in this business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how much it's changed.
And you know what? I would say people that don't get the business, which this is probably where I'm old school, Gene, is people that don't tell a story and just do spot after spot after spot after spot now. Which I know this is 2026, and you got to change with the times and everything. But still, wrestling, you can tell a story. Tommy can still get in the ring and tell a story, and I can still get in the ring and tell a story. And I think, guys still can do that, and you don't have to go 100 miles an hour and do 100 flips.
Yeah, because, you can look back in the old days of Memphis, and y'all did some wild stuff, but there was a reason for it. Like, you could sit down and explain to my after, like, here's how we got to this. Here's why we did that. Here's why me and Eddie ran over Lawler with the car. You know,
Right.
and even in like
and I mean,
ECW, here's why I threw
right.
JT Smith out of the balcony. You know,
Yeah,
like,
and if you look at things me and Tommy did to Jamie and Wolfie, that there was reasons. It was a story. You know what I'm saying? And that, to
yeah.
me, that, as far as in this question, it answers it, but it don't say one person. But what I'm saying is that's my logic on, as far as people getting the business.
And I think the TV's made it that way too. I mean, it's more like where we told a story where we had rhyme and reason. It's like a pinball machine now. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
and where that ball hits is where you go. I mean, it's a different.
But Tommy, if you still had a booker that could tell the guys, do you not think it could still be the same?
Well, I mean, you still go to the independent shows and unless it's a big show.
But they don't have a booker.
The ones selling. You go to smaller shows and they are doing what we did. I mean, some of them do pretty good at telling a story, and then there's some that hadn't learned how to tell the story. I mean, but I think some of the independent stuff, I think there's a lot of guys that do try to tell a story and maybe can't tell all of it, but I think people still buy it if you sell it.
I think a lot of them don't even think of it in the context of telling a story. They just think, well, what cool thing could we do? I mean, I've sat in the dressing room and listened to people calling stuff before and just go, why are you doing that? Oh, because it'll pop the crowd. Why? Like, nothing you did before that builds to that. Yeah, but it's a cool move. I mean, so it just kind of shows you their mentality. They aren't thinking of like in the context of stories like, we'll do this cool move, and then we'll do that cool move, and then we'll do this cool move.
But
they see it on TV. They see it on TV, and then they won't try it. Not even ever done it. So.
And that goes back, Gene, to saying before that, like the heels wanting to be over kind of as a baby face. I mean, because they've seen it on TV and seen, all the different guys do it. But like I'm saying, if there's a reason for something, but like I said, I know that don't necessarily answer the question the guy asked, but that's what I think is kind of wrong things.
Yeah.
As far as getting the wrestling business, you know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as understanding it.
I think there's more people in it today that don't get it than do, like I don't like as far as asking that question, like I don't think, back in y'all's day, you could pinpoint, that guy don't get it and that guy don't get it and that guy, but everybody else pretty much did. But now you can go to a show and pick out 3 guys on the entire show and go, that guy gets it, he gets it, and that one does, but all the rest of these guys don't have a clue, and I don't think there's any fixing that.
Well, I think the first thing on that, you walk into some of them independent shows, and one of them's got some wrestling boots, one might have a pair of tights, and then one might have an elbow pad or something, and then they all wear, the rest of them wear pants or whatever, I mean, like the Nasty Boys or some of them that was their gimmick. That's one thing I said, but I was always taught, if you can't wrestle, at least look like a professional wrestler. I mean, Buddy Wayne was hard on dressing like one, and but it makes sense. I mean, the persona. I mean, and some of them don't know a wrist lock from a wristband. I mean, so them kind, they never gonna have a clue.
No,
what they're all gonna have though? They're probably gonna buy it before they buy anything else.
What's that?
A damn belt.
Oh. That's another thing. That's another thing. You go to a wrestling show and they got it around their waist or over their shoulder walking around. But that's a good one. You ought to use that.
Hey, me and Tommy, the only one without a belt.
Exactly.
Hey, I was going to say, we got a bunch of belts like at Tommy's house and my house.
Yeah.
Set places.
Start bringing them with you, man.
That's everything. No, that's funny. But hey, listen, Gene, I got to say this. Hey, I want to tell my buddies at Jackson Tie and Timber hello, and we'll get Tommy up here. Tommy, I've got to get you to meet my buddies and everything at Jackson Tie and Timber. If anybody needs any timber cut or anything, like I said, Jackson, that would be Jackson, Tennessee, Jackson Tie and Timber. You can holler at me or holler at them, and we will get out and look at your timber and land.
Hey, if you got something in Myrtle Beach you want to get rid of, just call me, and I'll talk to the fellas down there at Jackson Tie and Timber. Yes, sir.
You ain't
Hey,
kid-
you done told me that they pretty bunch of cool guys, so I'm looking forward to meeting them boys anyway.
Oh yeah, they going to carry you out when you get down here next time.
That'll be good.
Hey, you'll love Brian and Bubba.
Let's we got time for one more question, I think. This one I'll be interested to hear how you answer it, and I don't know, it may be controversial, it may not, but there's a guy who labeled himself Boogie Woogie Fan asks, I can't remember hearing you guys talk very much about Jimmy Valiant on the show. What's your take on him? And do you agree with people who say by the 90s his act started to expose the business to a degree?
Well, if Tommy don't mind, I'll start. No, I say no. I don't think his act started to expose business. I think he's a great guy. He always has been a great guy. He had freaking, when he would go out, he had so much energy and everything. I mean, I think that's part of what got him so over. I mean, cutting his promos, and everybody can say whatever they want about his work, but his work looked believable and everything. And I mean, I always thought when I was a kid, I thought he was great. And like I said, I don't think he ever exposed the business and everything. People want to say that, Gene, because he thinned out, and after he went through a divorce, he what would you say? It was like a vegan or something, Tommy? Wasn't it just like?
Yeah, I mean, he might have lost, a little too much, but he wasn't doing it. I mean, that was just Jimmy. But as far as that, Jimmy draw big money everywhere he went. I mean, you talk about,
Everywhere.
his style, and maybe not the greatest wrestler, but he had the charisma,
But
he had
gimmick.
the showboat part. I mean, and Dusty Rhodes, look at Big Dust. I mean, he some of his stuff, it was revved up, wrestling. I mean, he'd add a little action to it, but that's just style, everybody has to find their persona. And for me, though, I draw good money with Jimmy. I mean, she did the angle with my mama with him. And, and he, people go crazy when he'd leave and come back, Memphis, everybody in Memphis be talking about Boogeyman coming back to Memphis, baby, so, I don't think he exposed the business none.
And I mean, he's one of the few people, one of the only angles, I think the only angle I saw, and I might be wrong on this, Gene, but to come back in here from like they shot it at Charlotte and they just showed it on Memphis TV about where they cut his beard or whatever it was. Remember that deal? Boogie Jam.
Yeah.
It was Boogie Jam whatever year. And they brought in the Assassin and him, and it sold out. I think it about sold out the Coliseum. I mean, that was a drawing power. Tommy just talking about him having, like him working with Tommy and them drawing good money together. He drew money everywhere. I mean, not only was he handsome, Jimmy Valiant, he was a boogie woogie man, Jimmy Valiant. And I mean, he's doing the videos, singing, and I mean that was before anybody was doing. Lawler and him. That was before anybody was doing that, Jimmy.
But he had that kind of energy too. I mean,
right.
He'd be back in the back. I mean, one of the best people you ever meet in your life. I mean, he was always just the coolest person. He was always cool. You never seen him have a bad day.
And every time he would come up to you, me or Tommy, you know what the first thing he'd say, Gene?
What's that?
He'd grab your hand and say, I love you, baby. But he's one of the only people.
But he meant it when he said it to me, Gene. I don't know about Dougie.
Right. Oh, he might not. But right here's what I'm saying. I think he meant everything he said.
Yeah.
He was good, real good dude. Where I told you, like, I'd been around Flair and it was just freaking a headache to listen to him. But Valiant, Jimmy was freaking cool. I mean, he was just a cool dude, wasn't he, Tyler?
Yeah, and if he's talking to you, you'd want to listen too. I mean, it wasn't. You just standing there, because it was Jimmy. I mean, it'd be something you want to talk about. I mean, Jimmy he was smooth with what he did. I couldn't have done that boogie gimmick. Handsome Jimmy. I mean, shoot. I mean, and when he was, first time I ever met him, he was 260 to 270, 260, 270, and not like pumped up muscles. He was just a big, thick fella, New York City, man.
Yeah.
He was cool. Yeah. I can't imagine.
And like Tommy said in Drawing Money, Gene, a lot of people don't realize he was in WWF and the World Tag Team Champions. I mean, you know, that's a big deal. And I mean, selling out Madison Square Garden. I mean, and you know, people want to say, did he expose something? I think no, he never exposed nothing. I think he's a great guy and he's a heck of a worker, and he just had so much energy. And like the videos, I don't know if you remember, Gene, or you saw this video where he was riding a motorcycle and had the crown on. Did you see that video? Oh, I thought that was cool. But like I said, that was before its time. That was, you know.
You know, he's a guy kind of like we talked about, like Bill Eadie, that almost had two entirely distinct, different, like Hall of Fame careers. Like you said, he was Handsome Jimmy. He was on top of New York. He's a huge heel. And then he becomes this whole other character as the Boogie Woogie Man and has a whole second career as a huge baby face. And most people don't really even know that side of him as far as like Valiant Brothers and New York and all that.
Right.
I got a chance a few weeks ago when I was at that Comic-Con in Tupelo. Neil was taking Jimmy around. He sat with Jimmy at his table there at the Comic-Con, and then Neil was taking him to lunch, and I went with him and got to hang out with him most of the rest of the day. And man, I mean, we went to the Steak and Shake there in Tupelo, and by the time he left, he had took pictures with every employee in there, and then half the customers in there, and you know, just
well, that's what I'm saying, Gene. I don't think people realize how I mean, and same way with Tommy when we go places. I mean, I don't think people realize how over those guys this TV here was. And everything is still to this day. I mean, and I hear people and hear one person say, "Oh, don't nobody remember?" Oh, don't nobody remember? Then why, when we go places, do people want pictures and everything?
When we were in Philadelphia, we were 5 blocks from the ECW arena, and we're standing in line at that cheesesteak place. And I see this couple come in. They're probably my age or a little older. And I see the guy's face light up, and he taps his wife, and he points at Tommy, who's right in front of me. And Tommy had already ordered, and he'd said his name, and the lady behind the counter is like, "Tommy?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am." And they hand him, and he heard that voice, and the guy, like, he jumped out of line, and he goes over to Tommy, and he's like, "Are you Tommy Rich?" And he said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Man, I grew up watching you on Georgia Championship Wrestling. You was my favorite." He didn't say, "I remember the Big Don," or "I remember you here in Philadelphia." He remembered you from Georgia Championship Wrestling, TBS. You know, that TV was so
strong.
The Memphis TV in the Tennessee Mid-South area, and then Georgia Championship Wrestling went everywhere. Right. And those guys are going to be remembered. Guys like Tommy and Handsome Jimmy that was on both are remembered everywhere forever because they were exposed on both of those TVs, which is super cool, you know.
Right.
And I'll tell you something else that made Jimmy good. I mean, it's like me. I was always a baby face because that TV in Georgia went all the way everywhere. But we knew if you wanted to make money in Memphis and stuff, that I turned heel there. Well, Jimmy could be in the territory and be being a baby face and turn heel like the deal he did with, you know, my mama. You know, I mean, he could do it in house. You know. And that's an art to that, because I've seen some guys try it and it not work, you know. But Jimmy had that, you know, that it factor. He could go either way he wanted, but knew how to do it too.
And get over.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. We've answered your questions. There's a couple left over. We'll carry over to the next one, but we've hit our allotted time. And
Gene, if anybody, like I said, you see me and Tommy answer the questions as truthful as we can. If anybody wants anything answered, keep sending the questions to Gene. We don't mind answering.
That's right.
Shawneetown. I'm gonna see Attila. I'm gonna see him in a cage match, and you can't run. Your manager can't get in. We're gonna have one heck of a fight, boys.
And Tommy, you take care of him, because if you don't take care of him in November, I'm going to try to get that Herb Simmons to bring him down here, and me and you both take care of him. But I think you'll take care of him for us, won't you?
Well, we'll get him to bring that nasty manager his too then. We'll beat them both up.
Oh, that'll work. You take care of him, then we'll take care of both of them in November?
Yes, sir.
That sounds like a winner. I want you to rub his head all across that cage for me.
Oh, it's going to look like a cheese grater. It's going to look like a cheese grater on his head.
And look, I know you like people to wear wrestling stuff, but I had one question for you. You gonna get your boots, your snake skins out, and your jeans out for this cage match, or what are we gonna do?
Oh, I'm probably gonna wear my galoshes because it's gonna get deep in there.
Uh-oh.
I hear this guy
Yes,
bleeds
sir.
a lot, like in a regular match. I heard this guy, you lock up in a regular match and this guy bleeds. I can't imagine when Tommy runs this guy's head over every inch of that steel. It's going to be a mess up there.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty. I guarantee you, Herb Simmons, Fire Chief, man. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank for all the people. And like I said, y'all better not miss it. Be there. And hey, the Glory Days, man, will be a big shout out to them. Looking forward to doing some business with them again coming up. So everybody have a great week and rest of the week and a great weekend coming up.
Yeah, like Tommy just said, I want to thank Glory Days, thank John for everything, and if anybody wants to say hello to Chip out there, he said he started actually Eugene he liked Tommy too, but he said he liked Tommy a little bit. He didn't know you much. He knew Tommy from before, but Chip said he likes all of us now. So I want to tell Chip hello.
Chip.
Hey, Gene, not that you need it, Bubba. But anyway, I want to wish you good luck this weekend, man.
Appreciate it, man. I
And
appreciate
I mean that from my bottom of my heart too, Bubba.
Well, I believe you. I believe in, and I know I don't have to wish you luck in the cage match because you got that handled. And we'd probably like to.
That comes down to some skill right there. We just gonna find out who's the nastiest of the nastiest.
Well, we just want to apologize on Tommy's behalf for the ugly scene that he's going to cause in that cage up there, Doug.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad he's gonna call it because that Attila needs to be popped another time or two. I didn't get my hands on him enough in St. Louis and everything, and but like I said, Tommy, you take care of business, and Gene, you have to have a good show because Tommy will be able to tell you next week. Good luck on your show, also, right?
Yeah, because it's one week. Well, I'm gonna be at EPW this weekend. I assumed he was wishing me good luck on doing commentary at EPW, and I need.
Where are you gonna be at in Jackson? Where are you gonna be at for your comedy?
Hub City Brewery, which pretty big event, pretty big venue there right now.
Dang, boy, I wish I didn't have to work. I'd just go be there to see. It's at a brewery. That's right up my alley. I'm a good taster.
Well, here's the only thing, Tommy. I hadn't said this to you, or Gene might know, or whatever, but they've got hatchet throwing in there. So I don't know with comedy, is hatchet throwing? You know what I'm talking about? Hatchet.
Oh, they lock all those up before the show starts.
They've got hatchet throwing, bowling, pool. But I thought maybe if I could call somebody down there and tell them to please lock the hatchet throwing stuff up before Gene's set.
Oh my Lord! Yeah, I didn't know that. Richard told me they do MMA fights in there, but he didn't tell me they were throwing hatchets down there.
Hey, Gene, at least you ain't got to worry about them scalping you, do you, Bubba?
That's true. Now I see why Tommy's wishing me luck. He had heard about the hatchet throwing.
Yeah.
He was like, boy, good luck.
Yeah. I told
you a big target, boy.
Yeah, I told Tommy about that, and he said, "You told Gene?" I said, "Well, no, I don't make him nervous."
Yeah, it's a great venue. I'm excited about it, and looking forward to it. But yeah, we're gonna go to Booneville this weekend and do some commentary. I think Cowboy James Storm is going to be there this weekend, and then next weekend we're gonna head up to Jackson and do.
You know what? Me and Tommy used to wrestle him when he shot caps.
I remember those days when he had them cap guns. Lee literally, folks, shot cat. He had cap guns he brought out with him. Something else.
Now he's like a cool, tatted up character, right? Me and Tommy
he's a tough guy now.
Me and Tommy was wrestling. He didn't have a tattoo and had a cap gun.
That one of the guys you guys wrestled last time you were in Booneville, Izzy Rotten there. The last time James Storm was there, he spit beer. I mean, he just soaked him with beer from head to toe out there, and he was so mad because he was in his. It was a promo, and he was in his suit. He was in his fancy little suit, and James Storm just soaked him with beer, and he was not a happy camper about that. So we'll see if they try to get some revenge this weekend when he comes back to town. But hey, folks, when you send in these emails, another thing, like we said, we're going to start doing video next week. But we're going to have some cool stuff coming in the future. I found a website we can use where we can stream videos there, and they won't get pulled down. We won't get copyright strikes and all that nonsense. So if there is a match that from either Tommy's career, Doug's career, Eddie's career, or just a match you think that it would be entertaining to hear these guys watch and talk about, start sending those in. Doug Gilbert Podcast at Outlook.com, because we're going to start scheduling some watch-along shows where, we've got some fun stuff in mind. We're probably going to watch that last Battle of Atlanta cage match pretty soon.
I hope that fella's listening sent that question in about Handsome Jimmy, because I need him to send a tape in. Let's watch it together and let me see what he's talking about.
There we go. Well, there's some fun angles we can show of you and Handsome Jimmy over the years. We watched the one here recently, but there's just so much stuff, man. There's so much stuff I know folks want to hear you guys' opinions on.
Hey, what about the match that me and Tommy and Hanson, me and Tommy, Eddie, Funk, and who was the best? The
best of Memphis.
Yeah,
I got that. We can definitely watch that.
And who was it? Lawler,
Idle,
Brian,
Spot, Coco.
Brian
was in it. Yeah. It was star-studded and jam-packed for sure, man. Everybody who was anybody. I think Dream Machine was in there, and so we'll dig that one out for sure.
Funk was in there, right?
Yep, Terry Funk. So send us if you have ideas of things you would like to see. Send those to us. We're going to start getting all this organized.
Gene, there's some great matches of myself and Tommy against Brian and Lawler from the Coliseum.
We'll try to get our hands on some of those. I know there's a you and Tommy against the Fabulous Ones in the Louisville Gardens is a good match.
That's right. We need to get Dougie to talk to his guy over in Japan and see if he can get him to send him one of them Freddy Cougar matches.
Well, I can get some of the matches of Tommy from Japan, like Tommy against Godo. I thought that was
I got a couple of those too.
35.
Anybody sees, man. I mean, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, if you have it and want us to watch it, hit me up. I probably have it, but if I don't have it, I'll get it from you and we'll show. And I'm sure some of these matches these guys hadn't seen in a long time. They'd love to see it.
Oh yeah, we sure would. We sure would. They'd make us happy to watch them, but and talk you through them and everything. But anyway, Gene, have you got where people could ask us questions or send something on any of these things where they could send us something while we're watching them?
So what we'll do next week, we're going to do like just a regular podcast as a video, but I'm going to stream it. We won't stream it live because we never do these exactly the same time, but I'm going to get you I will have everybody a link that I'll share on the screen. You can write it down. And, what we'll do, we'll set up a live show maybe once a month. We'll watch a match, and during that show, you guys will be able to watch it live, and you'll be able to post comments. We'll be able to see them right there on the screen where you post your question, and these guys can answer the question as we're watching stuff or as you're watching the show. They'll be able to answer your questions in real time. So, we're getting that set up, and that'll be available once this gets going. Once we're able to do that, watch along stuff, the fans will be able to ask questions in real time as we do it.
Cool. It sounds like a winner. Listen, man, like I said, me and Tommy like to answer the questions or whatever y'all want to talk about, and whatever Gene comes up with or me and Tommy come up to talk about. But we sure don't mind answering questions. So if anybody's got any questions, just send them to Gene and we will keep answering. But anyway, hey, listen, I hope everybody's enjoyed the show. I thought it just went by fast, so that usually means it seems good to me. But anyway, I hope y'all thought it was good. And listen, peace, we're out.
In the heart of Tennessee, born with pride, Doug and Tommy taking rings in stride. Memphis legends never backing down. Wrestling warriors, they wear the crown. You scurry away, glory in their veins. Fighting legends breaking chains. In the squared circle they made their name. Podcast champions, it's their claim to fame. On the mic they roar, on the map they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting more. Podcast kings ruling the waves. Memphis wrestling raising the stakes. From title belts to Hall of Fame, Doug and Tommy carved the name, fists of fury and hearts of gold. Every story, every fight retold. Tales of glory, laughter, cry. Tennessee warriors with hearts open wide. In the ring or on the air, legends living without a care. On the mic they roar, on the mat they soar. Dangerous conversations, fans wanting more.